Journalism, aka the writing of news for broadcast or publication, and of course, the death of journalism. Journalism has been dying slowly and quietly like a person who, unbeknownst to them, has been poisoned by himself, coincidentally, and some other unknown assailant. In theory, the death of journalism can really be attributed to three things: bias, which in turn accounts for the loss of credibility, the movement away from mainstream media due to bias and the preferences of newer generations, and finally, and concerningly, the death of journalists. Bias and generational preference are easy to understand and are often taught in schools, but the murder of journalists tends to go under the radar. It's mentioned once in an offhand comment on mainstream media, but it leads to no follow-through, no action, and suddenly it's gone from people's minds forever.
My name is Lauren Moster, and like in any good crime show, I like to know the why, the how, and the who.
Obviously not. If you had asked me when I was your age, when I was in high school, if one day I would need a bodyguard or my life would be threatened because of what I was reporting, I would have called you crazy. It just would have never come to mind. People who are journalists are under siege every day.
Why? We start with motive because once we find motive, it can help lead us to the who and the how. So why would you kill a journalist? The answer is simple: to silence them. Their job is to spread what they know, and if they know too much, it can mean disaster for a person in power. The information can make or break a career or reputation.
Yes, my wife and I were specifically threatened by the lawyers from Mossack Fonseca just prior to the Panama Papers becoming public. And at that time, the lawyers didn't have a firm grasp of the scope of the project, but they knew that we were part of it. And they thought that by intimidating us, it would essentially stop the local reporting of what was happening. But I think part of the reason that they did that was because they didn't understand how much was being done internationally and how we were just a small part of what turned out to be 300 journalists, 100 media organizations, working on this one project. So I think that threat, even though it was serious when we were assigned a bodyguard after it was made, and it definitely was a sobering experience for us, I don't think it was in reality much of a threat because the project was so much bigger than us that if anyone had taken action against us, it wouldn't have mattered.
That brings us to how. How do you kill a journalist? That too is very simple. They're human. Everything can kill them. Let's look at one specific case to illustrate the why and the how. Her name was Daphne Galizia. She was a well-known blogger and anti-corruption activist based in Malta. She became involved in the Panama Papers investigation along with other journalists from across the world. Due to her activism and strong, respected voice, she became a threat. She was assassinated on October 16, 2017. A bomb was placed on her car and it went off while she was inside. Of course, her death wasn't in vain, as the investigation into money laundering and corruption continued and was released. But despite having motive and the weapon, there will likely be no prosecution, as the most likely suspects are the ones in charge. There is also the case of Jamal Khashoggi. He was a Saudi Arabian journalist and known critic of the Saudi Arabian government. He went into a Saudi consulate on Turkish soil on October 2nd and didn't come back out. He was killed by lethal injection and dismembered. Some action didn't follow his death, but it was late and speculated to be based on lies. Just recently, the Saudi Arabian government has offered blood money to Jamal's grieving family. This is the case with many deaths in the journalism field, unanswered questions, and untried criminals. This fact is the same for Carlos Dominguez Rodriguez, Leslie Ann Pamela, Abdullah Meyer Hashi, Larry Q, Bernard Maurice, Bernard Velarak, Elsa Kaya, Fidel Al-Hadidi, and more, but the danger doesn't end at death. Journalists are imprisoned and tortured, including Maria Ressa, Walon, Kwaso, and others. Many others are caught in the crossfire.
94 journalists and media workers died in targeted killings, bomb attacks, and crossfire incidents in 2018 alone. Their deaths shocked the community and their families, but for most of those affected, justice is inconceivable. Still, with this constant threat looming over their heads, many journalists still continue to work.
We never really felt unsafe. That doesn't mean that we weren't exposed, and there are security precautions being taken in our newspaper. During the Panama Papers, we had a bodyguard. There's metal detectors as you're going into the building. There's security protocols in place. We deleted our social media for the most part. We took measures to protect ourselves. And so I can't say that we didn't feel unsafe because we took measures to ensure our safety. At the same time, I don't think that we were ever in danger. And certainly what we've seen happen with other journalists, we were in a much safer position than they were because journalists have been killed as part of this.
We as a society need to seek justice and punishment for those who are willing to kill to keep their standing, and honor those who have passed and continue to work to inform us. Journalists may not be thought of as heroes, but they are. They put themselves in harm's way to keep us and protect us from our own ignorance, even if they do sprinkle in a little bit of their own bias. And even if journalism, in its traditional sense, is dying, that doesn't mean that journalists have to die too.
Just came out with a study of the amount recovered due to the Panama Papers, and that amount was $1.2 billion. And so when you have that amount of money, it gives you a sense of pride that that's money that governments can use for schools, for health care, to address crime, to make their society better, instead of just sitting in somebody's bank account. You know, that money is out there making people's lives better. And so from that aspect, we feel very proud of our